I'm the wrecking ball, tearing up the scene. Got my YouTube channel, grab a drink and paint. Unleashing art like a beast untamed.
Hey guys, welcome back to Have a Drink and Paint. It's been a minute since I dropped a video. I started a painting and my airbrush broke halfway through, so I think I have it repaired, but I haven't gotten a chance to test it yet. So hopefully we'll be doing a painting this weekend as well. The movie we're talking about tonight was made in '95, and the movie we're talking about tonight is Tommy Boy, Chris Farley and David Spade. Fantastic movie. I'm just kind of run through it. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's definitely worth a watch. It is free on Pluto right now, so if you're interested at all, good time to watch it. So basically the movie starts out with Tommy and Richard as little kids. From there, you kind of see how he's kind of a screw up. He's missing the bus. And then it switches to college. He makes it there, takes a test, ends up getting a D+. So they go to celebrate.
Wombat! Hey guys, do I look different now that I'm a college grad?
So yeah, they celebrate. He ends up smashing a table with his face. Very great scene. And speaking of celebrating, I've got my drink. I hope you have yours. Bet you thought I forgot, didn't you? Here he flies home to his hometown in Sandusky, Ohio. And he's met by Richard, which is David Spade's character. They have kind of love-hate relationship. He's got a nice old Plymouth hot rod. They are going through the town, and Tommy's noticing all the plants in town, manufacturing plants and such, have closed down. So the town's dying. His dad owns Callahan Auto Parts, which is basically the last manufacturing company in town, so it's kind of the one keeping the town afloat. Very big auto parts industry name, has a lot of clients, makes a lot of money. So from there, Tommy gets into the plant, and the dad, which is played by Brian Dennehy, another great actor, he is talking to a bank guy trying to get a loan, so they're giving him a tour, so Tommy tags along on the tour. There's a couple of funny parts. One of them, he hits a button and these hooks start going through like an assembly line, and he's pretending he's doing karate on them. So after the tour, his dad gets approved for the loan, takes him home, and introduces him to Bo Derek.
Holy shnikes!
Which he is marrying. So Chris Farley's excited. Turns out she has a son. I say that in quotations, you'll figure out why later. Which is played by Rob Lowe.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?
Why?
So from there, he meets the shipping manager, which is a girl he went to high school with. So obviously a love interest there. Moving on, they have the wedding. During the wedding, Callahan, the dad, is trying to sell brake pads to a gentleman, and the guy is, I don't know. He's like, I'd have to come down and see your plant first. And he says, well, you can get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's ass, but wouldn't you rather take the butcher's word for it? Which is a line that Tommy later tries to imitate multiple times and always gets wrong. So it's a running funny joke throughout the movie. But anyways, he makes the sale. Him and Tommy get up. They're celebrating the wedding, which has already went down, so they're technically married now. And they're singing, what was the name of it? What I Say. Like, hey, hey, what I say. Sorry, my dog's here. Somebody booming a stereo outside. So anyways, they're singing a song. And the dad, Brian Dennehy, ends up having a heart attack, passes away. Chris Farley angry was always hilarious to me. The sub-villain of the movie is Zelensky. Not that one. Not that one. This one is played by Dan Aykroyd. He owns a auto parts store out of Chicago, or auto parts industry in Chicago, and he's the king of auto parts. He's got an offer on the table to buy Callahan Auto Parts, but if he buys it, he's gonna shut it down because he just wants the Callahan name. He doesn't need the plant. So all those people would be out of a job, town would die. Basically. That's the plot of the movie. So Bo Derek has his shares, which are pretty much useless for the most part unless they sell. So obviously she wants to sell. Tommy ends up putting up his part of the inheritance, which was the house and a bunch of other stuff, to extend the loan long enough for him to try and take over for his dad and sell brake pads. So he ends up roping Richard, David Spade, into going with him because he knows he's the nerdy one that knows everything about the brake pads. So the two of them go on a road trip and they're trying to sell to people. And in the very first sale, they're going over stuff. And he's like, so what did I teach you? And he's like, what if they say no? He's like, we don't take no shit from anybody. He's like,
All right, it's sale time, so remember, we don't take
No for an answer.
No,
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna pass.
Gotcha, thanks.
takes no for an answer several times. And then he finally gets a guy that says maybe. And the guy has these model cars on his desk, you know, an old Model T or something. And anyways, they're die-cast metal models or replicas. And they're displayed so that you obviously know he cares about them. While they're sitting at the desk trying to make the sale, Tommy says, well, let me show you, let me demonstrate for you. And he starts grabbing the cars and he's like, oh no, somebody's in a wreck. And he's like, whew, that was a close one. That's because you bought Callahan. And he's like, let's see what happens if you don't.
I can't stop! Help! And your family screaming, oh my God, we're burning alive!
So after that, basically they stop at a gas station and Richard tells Tommy to put oil in and gas in because of his whole little episode that he just had with the model cars. So he puts the oil in and he goes to put the gas in, but the gas nozzle won't reach, so he goes to back it up and this happens.
Oh, son of a...
What'd you do?
Pretty shortly you figure out that Bo Derek and Rob Lowe, the mother and son, are actually together, and they were scamming the dad to get money. While they're out on the road, they end up hitting a deer. They cry for a minute, and they don't want to just leave it on the road, so they throw it in the back seat because they're planning on taking it to a vet. But they have a sales meeting to get to first, so they go to that, which is one of the first times Tommy tries to use the head up a bull's ass analogy. He tells him you can stick your head up a butcher's ass. And he's like, no, wait, it's going to be your bull. And yeah, after he fails at the analogy, the guy's like, I don't know what to even say to you, son. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he starts freaking out. And he's like, my dad just died. The plant's going down. And he's like, all I want to do is just jerk the wheel into a goddamn bridge embankment. And he does his number here, and his hair just stands up. It's a great moment of his that I love very much. Reminded me of the band Down by the River guy. So they get back in the car, and they're driving away from the terrible meeting they just had. And the deer wakes up in the back seat. So they freak out, pull over, stop, jump out of the car. And the deer just demolishes the car, breaks pretty much every window. It's a convertible, so he rips the whole top to shreds with his antlers and just stomping everything, tears up the interior with his antlers, and it eventually escapes the car. So later at a hotel, Tommy's trying to cheer up Richard because his car just got destroyed, and he's super upset, obviously. And so he does the he grabs one of Richard's coats, puts it on, and the next day they're driving. As they're driving, they're going down the road singing a song. I'm not even going to mention what it is. It's funny. But they're singing a song going down the road on the highway, and the hood just pops up. Tommy Boy's driving, so he's freaking out. They spin around a few times. The hood goes back down. And he's like, and then they look up, and cars are coming straight at them. So they spin around again and end up hitting a sign, and the hood gets ripped off, and they're on the side of the road. Richard asks him, hey, didn't I ask you to put oil in the vehicle? And he's like, yes, I did. And it was 10W30. I put the right stuff in. Besides, that would have no effect on the hood. And Richard's like, yeah, that's unless you don't take the can out so the hood doesn't latch properly. And you see the can just... Because after he had done the door thing, he had just left the can of oil so the hood wasn't properly latched. So they argue for a bit. Tommy gets out, wants to fight. Richard obliges him.
Look, Mommy, the rhino's getting too close to the car.
Him too afraid to get out. He just a little guy. If I wanted to kiss, I would have called your mother. Come on. Oh. That was a good one.
The next day, he ends up making his first sale. And it was over guarantee on the box. The guy was interested, but he just wanted a guarantee on the box, and it wasn't on their new boxes. So Tommy relaxed, ended up making the sale, which was a funny moment in itself. Rob Lowe is trying to sabotage him. He ends up getting into the manager's office and changing the route of the truck, so the wrong orders go to the wrong people, and so a bunch of them cancel. So now they are screwed, and they end up in a pickle to where they have to basically sell. So him and Richard decide to go to Chicago to talk to Zelensky. Again, not that one, Dan Aykroyd. And they're trying to talk him into not shutting the place down and, they're not even trying to really talk him out of buying it. They're just trying to talk him into keeping the plant open. But they go back and forth for a while, and basically Zelensky says, I'm an asshole. I don't care. Hey guys, future me coming here. I started editing and realized that the video stopped recording the last few minutes of it, so you'll have to, I'm at a park and got some guys learning how to ride a motorcycle over here. But didn't want to spoil the whole ending for you. You should definitely give it a watch. The gist of it is he kind of holds Zelensky, Dan Aykroyd, hostage to get his way, and makes him buy the brake pads he needs to sell enough to keep the business afloat. So, happy ending, all that good jazz. Yeah, like I said, again, free on Pluto. You should definitely go give it a watch. I am going to enjoy my day. I hope you enjoy yours. Got my drink. It's not alcoholic, but I've got my drink. I hope you have yours. Slushy. Good. Look like you got lipstick on. It's red. So, anyways, see you guys next time. Have a drink of paint. Thanks for watching.
That guy in a little coat.
Don't.
That guy in a little coat.